We're back, baby. This is episode 137 of the Taproom Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. And I am looking forward to you guys listening to this one. This episode is with Liam Wynn and Thomas O'Malley, Thomas Kendrick, a.k.a. Thomas O'Malley, a.k.a. Tommy Tsunami. This was so fun. We had, I don't know, I had an absolute blast, and I really hope the guys did too. I mentioned to them, and we mentioned it on the show, or during the interview. I think I probably mentioned it a couple times, but 8-Bit is a brewery that ever since going all the way back to Taps and Tailgates that I have always wanted to record with someone from there. And yeah, I mean, honestly, shout out to my buddy Luis, or everybody knows Luis, Level Up Brewcade. Shout out to him for, helping me make that happen with Liam, and then Thomas being there, and it was great. And what great stories they both have. It was really cool. And it was cool because my brother was there too. So it made everything was just came together. And like I said, I don't want to give too much away, I don't want to give anything away because I had such a fun time recording this. And I want to say we went for an hour 45. I can't remember how long it was, but I want to say it was around an hour 45. And it just felt like no time had passed, and being able to hang out in the, obviously in the brewery or in the brew house and stuff like that. I even forgot my gimbal. One day I'll go back there and get it. But yeah, it's still there. It's still in Marietta. Left my gimbal in Marietta. But yeah, and if you haven't been there yet, honestly, you owe it to yourself to get down there, to get down to Marietta. You can make a day of it. You can go to 8-Bit. You can go to Electric. You can go to Solaris. There's great beer out there. So honestly, definitely get out there, check it out, and go and support. I always say, go support your local brewery, support local, drink local, and find your beer, right? So get out there and do it. All right. Well, yeah, it's in Florida right now currently. I got here. I was in Texas last week. Got there last Sunday. Hit up Three Nations, got to go have some beers down there, man, some bangers. They had one called the Autobahn. I think it was 3.2%. Dude, I don't know how many I crushed there. I had a bunch of those. I had a couple of their IPAs. And then we went to Manhattan Project Beer. Man, some great ones there. I had just their classic IPA, and I want to say I had a hazy. They were all really good. All the beers I had at the, both of those breweries were great. So, I mean, if you're ever in the Dallas area, you owe it to yourself to go to those places. Seriously, just great beer. It's a testament to you can go anywhere and find great craft beer. So get out there. That was fun. Texas is always a good time. It's always good to get out there for work and stuff. So, and then I also went to go this past Wednesday. I went to a Texas Rangers game, which was really cool. Man, it was an awesome looking stadium. Great. That's some good beer on tap. And it was $1 dog night, and I think I crushed 4 or 5 hot dogs. I don't remember. Yeah, but it was delicious with some nacho cheese. My friend over there that went with us said it looked like I was making love to the hot dogs. So, to each his own, man. Why gotta judge? Just joshing. But yeah, flew out to Florida Friday. So I left Dallas Friday morning, got into Orlando, drove straight from Orlando, from the MCO Orlando Airport, directly to the city of Longwood, and to a brewery, Alestone. And it took me about maybe 35, 40 minutes, but went straight there. Sky, their owner, was kind enough, poured me a beer. We got to recording, and it was on after that. I'd only planned to be there for maybe 2.5 hours. And I got there at 3:30, and I didn't leave till 7:30. What a great guy. I can't, I know I probably sound like a broken record, but it's true. He was, we talked, we literally talked about everything. We were not on the episode. On the episode, we were talking about, obviously, about beer, his journey, some of the stuff that he loves. But even when we weren't recording, because I want to say we recorded for about maybe an hour and 15, hour and 20, we were talking about life and talking about anxiety and talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. Literally, I was scrambling, trying to find anyone I could, to try to record, right? And I was I was reaching out. I had reached out to people in the other part of, close to the airport and stuff like that. But then I was looking at, and a buddy of mine told me, "Oh, dude, you got to check out Ailstone." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll check it out for sure." So I reached out, I looked up their thing. They had great reviews on there. And then I sent him a message on Instagram, and literally within like 5 to 10, or maybe like 15 minutes, I had a message back. He's like, "Yeah, come down." I was like, "Sweet." So I told him it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be there." So rolled down, and it happened that quick. Like that was Wednesday when I was on my way to the Rangers game. And Friday I was talking to him. So we literally exchanged like 2 messages on Instagram, and then we're talking about life, like what the meaning of life is, basically. And that's what's so great about this industry, man. Like everybody's like genuinely cares, and everyone is genuinely passionate about what they do and the product that they serve. And no story is ever the same. Like no 2 stories are ever the same, is what I meant to say. So yeah, thank you, Sky, for letting me come down and, some delicious beer. I had one called Jump Tree. I had Dank Cripsy, I think was one of them. I had his Marzen. I had his, oh gosh, I said the name wrong earlier and I forgot. Standard something, their light lager. And then he had a Czech Pils. It was called Love You Dude. Holy cannolis, eh? That one was really good. That one was so good. I mean, they were all great, but that one I was like, damn, like, oh yeah, that's kind of haunting me right now. So I know this intro is going a little longer, but yeah. Then yesterday, so I did that, came back, loaded up on toiletry stuff from Target, hit up. Then yesterday was Disney World. I went to all 4 parks in one day. I don't recommend doing that. I was able to do all the stuff that I wanted to. So the only ride I didn't get to go on over there, because, my buddy was telling me to check it out, was like the Toy Story Mania in Hollywood Studios. But every ride I wanted to go on and all the stuff I wanted to see, I was able to see. I was there for about 13 hours, walked away with blood blister on the bottom of my foot, another blister, not a blood one, but one blister on my right heel, another one on my left heel. So I'm a little banged up, but I'm still going to play today, Coach. I'm not recording today, but I'm going to go check out a couple breweries, one called Crooked Can, and then another one called Sideward. Yeah, just to get out there and, do the thing. All right. I was going to talk MLB playoffs, but I guess it's kind of almost set. I don't know, whatever. But I'll do that next week and make my picks. So yeah, I hope you guys, we're going to jump into the interview. And before you do that, if you would like to support the show, you can, if you would like to buy a t-shirt, you can. It's at taproompodcast.dashery.com. Again, that's taproompodcast.dashery.com. The link's also in the bio on Instagram. Also, I know times are tough. If you can't, afford to buy a t-shirt or anything like that, you can go on Spotify or Apple or Pandora, whatever you listen on. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking Pandora because I was at Animal Kingdom yesterday. Prime, YouTube, all that stuff. You can rate the show, and that helps. It really does, because it helps more. They get the show in front of more eyeballs. It shows up on the Discovery stuff. So yeah. All right, I'm going to shut up. Hope you guys enjoy the interview with Thomas and Liam, and stay tuned for the outro. Cheers. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike, and I have 2 very special guests on the show today. I have Liam Wynn and Thomas O'Malley, a.k.a. Thomas Kendrick, a.k.a. Tommy Tsunami, from 8-Bit Brewing out in Marietta. Hello. What's going on, fellas?
Hi, thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Oh, glad we can make it happen. So, normally, before we get started, we usually jump into a beer, but I think we're going to have something else first.
We're going to smash an Underberg.
Okay.
For all the soldiers who followed before us on the battlefield drinking Underbergs, this one's for you.
I will admit, I've never had an Underberg.
Really?
I've had a Fronterberg, but I've never had an Underberg.
Do you have a drum track you're gonna add over that? Yeah.
Well, it is.
I'm happy to be your first, Mike. This is a very special moment for both of us.
I'm losing my Underberg virginity.
Yeah.
So did he tell you how, though?
Yeah.
Did he tell you how, you would want to?
It's going to feel complicated.
Okay.
Because it takes a little bit for it to come out of the bottle, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So give it a second. But
you really got to let it
just turn it upside down. Yeah. Let it dribble. Let it dribble.
You got to do the old Kazans.
Oh,
that tastes like Jaeger.
It's like a watered down version.
Don't ever
of
insult me like
Jaeger.
that again.
Woo.
The review.
Sorry. Woo!
Save your caps, gentlemen, please.
Save your caps. Is that a salted nut roll?
I don't know what you're talking about. If you're watching at home, I don't know what he's talking about.
Have you, before we jump into your guys' journey, like obviously in craft beer, but I love the Skippy salted nut.
No, absolutely
it is,
not.
like
it
that
is
one?
my least favorite one, unfortunately.
It's
really?
so brittle. It doesn't,
Okay.
and the chewy nugget center is.
And I apologize
Okay.
because like the way you led into that, you were looking for some common ground.
Oh, I thought we were going to have
We
it.
both just, nope, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, the chewy nugget center, I think, what makes the nut roll.
Gets like
And then-
vanilla-y, or
Yeah.
at least vanilla-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
you need that.
But basically, you need that, and then when they put the Skippy in the middle, it didn't work. I felt like I don't think it really was the move. But
No, I just feel
Yeah.
like a loser.
no,
Well, we don't want you to feel like that, but I mean, it is what
I'm
it
kidding.
is.
I'm kidding.
But it was the apple one. Is it apple cinnamon fritter that they had going for a bit?
There was
I don't think I
was
tried
an
that
apple
one.
that was fun. We'll save you one
Okay.
for when we do this podcast next year.
All
Yes,
right.
different flavors and whatnot. But
I love that.
you want to start off with how your journey
well,
was,
yeah,
Liam,
what-
into
what-
this whole
Oh, yeah.
debauchery, debacle you've gotten yourself into.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
How'd
much-
you get to here, brother?
How much time you guys got? This is like a
You know,
2-hour story. So
We got about 3 minutes, 45 seconds. So
Oh, great. No, it's my brewing journey is actually really, really straightforward. I got advertised to as like the very most average American consumer. This was during the, I guess, mid to late stages of COVID, of lockdown specifically. Excuse me. And I was co-managing an auto shop at the time. And I was surfing the web because, go figure, there were no cars in our auto shop during lockdown, during COVID.
Of course, because nobody was driving, right?
Yeah, roads were empty. So we were declared an essential service. So I was surfing the web, on the company dime. Thanks for that.
There it is.
I won't name the shop. But and then I saw an ad for brewing your own beer at home. Shout out Northern Brewer. They got me hooked.
There it is.
Also buy from More Beer, not Northern Brewer, everyone out there. I'm just
Okay.
kidding. Buy from whoever you want.
Yeah.
More Beer's local to us. So I try to support them. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got advertised to, and at the time I was getting into craft beer. Wasn't much of a beer drinker prior to this. For the most part, I liked cocktails and mixology, that kind of thing. But
Okay.
started getting into craft beers. Actually, Tavor. How do you say?
Yeah,
it?
Tavor, yeah.
Tavor, yeah.
Tavor.
That was a part of my journey for sure. I similarly found an ad for that and started getting craft beer from all over the country. That intrigued me, and then learning that you can make the very same. Not exactly the same, but
Yeah.
the very same thing in your garage 5 gallons at a time was a very special moment for me. So bought a kit, started homebrewing, started sharing it with my friends. I immediately made a brand for myself called Wolf King Brewing. Labels, cans, like I was homebrewing to a degree that only some people get in homebrewing, where I was just obsessed. And then finally I realized I need to do this for a living to quell this obsession, because otherwise it's going to always be just tickling the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Be doing auto service 20 years from now and still wishing that I was brewing beer.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I reached out to a couple local breweries, ended up at Solaris Beer and Blending just down the street from here.
Okay.
Cut my teeth there, jumped in with those guys. It was convenient because I was already sharing my homebrew with Chad and Skylar, the 2 founders over there. And they're also similarly homebrewers, pretty recently turned pro. So we were kindred spirits in that way. And that was an easy transition, I guess. Well, not financially. I left a very well-paying job to go be an assistant brewer at a startup brewery.
Yeah.
But those guys kind of taught me the gist of what they had gathered in their, I think it was only 6 or 8 months at the time,
Wow.
brewing on a commercial system, a 10-barrel system. And then for the rest of my year and a half there, we all kind of learned together, and we did collaborations and grew together. And then eventually came time for me to move on to, ended up at Relentless Brewing down the street. They were looking for a brewer at the time, and that seemed like a good move for me at the time. And, between having been there a lot and drank their beer a lot, knowing their owners, I should say, James and Doris, I, again, felt like another easy transition for me. So took over as head brewer there and sort of, I guess, ran most of the facets of the back of house or production at that facility for the last year and a half or 18 months, 19 months, something like that. From Relentless was kind enough and trusting enough with me to sort of let me do a little bit of everything, from recipe design all the way through, I should say, production, packaging, and then label design. I kind of had my hands in every bit of it, which was fun.
That's great.
Yeah, it felt like I was kind of back to that, back in my garage at Wolf King, where I was like, everything was as I imagined it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a control freak. I promise. But
sure.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I did a lot of Relentless, and then very recently, our sweet boy Daniel ended up leaving 8-Bit here, and they had a vacancy, and I was a long-term fan of this place and knew these guys pretty well, and so when that vacancy opened, it almost felt obligatory for me.
You had to jump on it.
Way. Yeah, it just felt like I belonged here, and I'd say that has carried through. So I've worked here now on the brewing side as a brewer for about 6 weeks, and that takes us to now.
Very fresh.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been months.
Yeah.
He was thrown
years, maybe?
He was thrown into it pretty quick. Baptism by fire for sure.
That's the best part though, right? Like I love that part of it.
Well, yeah, it was like, especially too, because I had like maybe 3 weeks with him training up on the whole brewery before I had to leave for a 2-week trip I had planned. So it was like, kind of like, I was like, all right, showed him what's going on. And then, like I said, we didn't know each other for a while. So it kind of worked in.
Yeah.
Slotted pretty good. And yeah, hit the ground running and we haven't stopped since. So
yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far.
It's great, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
And has it been for you, Thomas? How did you start, brother?
I actually started my brewing journey here at 8-Bit Brewing Company.
Okay.
Back, I want to say, at the end of 2018. I was just, a regular beer drinker prior to then, working odd jobs, and then wanted to make extra money here on the weekends, so got hired as a bar back.
Okay.
And then started on here for about 4 or 5 months, and then got injured, broke my knee.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fractured my patella. So then, but that came where I was like off for 3 weeks, letting that heal. And when I came back to 8-Bit, they basically said, hey, if you want to come back full time, we have a assistant brewer position opening up. If you want it, it's yours. So at that point, that's when I kind of was like, okay, didn't have any prior brewing experience to that. It was
I love that.
Kind of got to push, opportunity, jumped into it. And that was back when 8-Bit was on a 5 hectoliter Spiedel, almost big brew in a bag system, and it had this big crane hoist where you would crank up and the whole mash would come out and you would sparge through that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that was a very interesting brew house to learn on, but it was great in the sense that even though I didn't have any knowledge, I came into something very basic, and as the brewery grew, I kind of grew learned and grew with the brewery itself. And then we built this brewery out in 2018. Or I'm sorry, 2019, end of 2019, going into 2020. And then was here.
So then COVID happened.
That was when also Daniel left for other half. The original head brewer left for other half. I took over as head brewer at that point, probably at the end of 2020.
Wow.
And then was brewing here for that whole year, a year and change. And then that's when I left to go be a shift brewer at Russian River. Left for 2 years and then came back once Neil, who had taken over for me, he had left at that point too as well. And Daniel was here, came back, and we were working together. He left, and then that kind of brings us to now.
Wow.
8-Bit has garnered a incredible reputation for their brewers leaving and then coming back.
Yeah.
So Neil, if you're listening,
Neil, if you're not feeling so comfortable at everywhere,
I know you love it there.
Yeah.
For a fact. But I'm just saying, you don't want to be the exception.
Yeah.
No, we have a good thing going right now for sure. It was good to come back. I need to come back, come be closer to family and stuff like that. It was a good opportunity to get back in a more creative role too as well. At Russian River, it's great. You learn so much about process and a standard of quality. And,
of course.
They're learning certain things, but to be able to come back and, implement, that standard of quality is somewhere where I already had previous knowledge too, to come back and be like, okay, let's tweak it like this. Let's do it this way was a really unique opportunity. So it's been good to get back in this brewery and kind of do some
I love
things. Yeah, definitely.
That's great. I mean, because I was telling my brother earlier, because you can make the best beer in the world. And we were talking about, you can win a gold medal winning beer, but then you're still kind of it's still never good enough.
No.
You're still striving for more and wanting more. And for you guys to do stuff like that and wanting to, you coming back here and because one thing I love about 8-Bit, it's always it's ever changing, right? There's always finding new recipes or trying new things. And
especially like the can artwork too. Like it's always changing, and I love that part of it. So
we definitely we have gone through a lot of different brands, but there are ones that have stuck around that we and that's ever changing too, where we're trying to push the envelope on process and make beers progressively better, and I think we're doing that. We have some pretty good ones now. I think you're drinking Brewmans.
Oh yeah,
correct. How's that?
And it's great. And the Hoppy Pilsner is one of my favorites. Right. Oh, and the can artwork, like because you got Happy on the front, and then you got Bilbo's house on the back.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's reoccurring for us now. This is the second time we've done that. It's good, year by year. So West Coast Pils has definitely been something we've been exploring too as well.
It's so good.
It's a hallmark for me now. I don't care if it comes and goes, because we live in a very fickle industry.
Oh yeah,
where styles, they come and go really, really quick. But to me, West Coast Pilsner it'll be around.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was talking to my brother about it. I was like, man, like I mean, the reason why I love those because you get that hoppy punch, but then you get a crisp, clean finish. You don't have to worry about something sitting on your freaking tongue for 30 minutes, or at least until you have something else.
Yeah, and the hoppy, clear and hoppy enjoyers finally got to lean into something that they could drink several of without it being compromising for their health and or situation. Because you get, for a while, it seemed like the typical West Coast IPA was 7.5%. That was kind of like an average.
And economically, it's probably good for the brewery too.
Yeah, and for you to get all the flavor, or at least all the hop expression from some 4.5 to 5.5%.
Oh yeah,
it's wonderful.
100%. I want to ask you, it was obviously both. This is what I love about it too, because you have two different people, but two completely different journeys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like were there brewers or breweries, for that matter, that maybe influenced you along the way? Because I know you said you just started as a bar back.
Yeah.
Like, were you drinking craft beer before that? We'll start with you, Thomas.
So I was drinking craft beer, just more locally though at that point.
Okay.
Definitely black market. And were you kind of coming out that way towards like when Wynn Brewing was out here, or Refuge or anything like that? So Temecula back, I would say 2016 craft beer scene was definitely like peaking. And there was like a ton of breweries opening up here around that time. There was a lot of great beer coming out of here at that time. And it was good to be around local. So definitely drinking a black market, definitely drinking at Wynn's Brewing. Shout out Wynn, shout out Ben.
Sweet
and
boy.
And then when 8-Bit was opening up too, coming around here, and Electric too, of course. So there was always a good place to go by. And then once I started here, they were definitely doing some crazy stuff too as well. So it was good to explore and see what's possible at that point. But I will say, with a beer that was pretty life-changing, where I was like, I think I could want to make something like this, maybe it would be Diamond Dust from Pure Project.
Okay.
You guys ever had that beer before?
Yeah. So good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was where I was like, okay, I want to make something like this.
It's like a white can, isn't it? Or is it the light blue can? The light blue can?
Yeah. Fantastic.
I've seen it, yeah. Good. I mean, Pure Project doesn't, I mean, I've always said there's a few breweries out there that I truly trust where everything will just always hit. 8-Bit, Pure Project, North Park, there's quite a few out there. I mean, there's not quite a few, but there's a few out there where I'm like, they've built enough trust with me where I know anything I go in there and I have that, I'm going to have a good experience.
Well, speaking for both of us, we appreciate you tagging us in with those other two name drops.
Oh, they're fantastic, yeah.
No, it's guilty by association in the best way possible to be named with breweries like that. And I would echo Pure Project for sure in terms of breweries that influenced me early on. What was funny, though, I would say, is that I was more of the shotgun approach to craft beer.
Okay.
I just wanted to try as many different ones as I possibly could, from as many breweries as I possibly could. But definitely in my early on days, the beers that made me really think and I guess search for more knowledge, the beers that made me think how do I get beer this good? There's a lot of good beer out there, but every once in a while, as a beer drinker, as opposed to being a brewer on the back of house, every once in a while, as a young brewer who's just getting into it, you find one that's how did they do this?
Yeah. I love that.
And it makes you yearn. It makes you want more knowledge. It makes you want more information. We are incredibly lucky to be mere miles from some of the best breweries in the country.
Love it.
So information is abundant in this area. But definitely Pure Project was a very early one for me, where it just, some of the beers that I was we were kind of getting up this way a little bit
Yeah.
at the time that I started getting really into craft beer. I don't think I had a North Park beer until I was in the industry, but I would say the first time I had it, it made me mad because it was so good. And like, it was one of those.
Oh, that's fucking great though, right?
Yeah, it was one of those moments where I was like, everyone's talking about this brewery. Like, let's, at Solaris, we were lucky enough to connect with those guys fairly early on. Maybe a year and a half after opening, we were connected with Kelsey and formerly Mac, who was there.
Yeah.
And so we were going down there and trying their beers. And yeah, the first time that batch of hop fu I had hit my lips, I mean, it was like, I wanted to be like, it's a good West Coast IPA, but no, I was like,
yeah,
I was like, damn it.
You motherfuckers.
They really figured it out. Yeah.
But isn't that great though? Like when you can try something like that. I mean, because that's like I said earlier, but like just that aspiring to, like wanting to be better, but wanting it to be that good, but then also, yeah, they made something really good. But if I can make something close to that and then make it better after.
Yeah, and that's when the personal touch comes in too, right? It's because you're like, especially as a brewer, you pick the things you like the most about it.
100%.
And then you start to compartmentalize, like, what if I were to, riff on this in particular, or I'd say most of the brewers in San Diego are very forthcoming about, especially to another brewer. If you asked them, hey, I'm getting this, specific lemongrass kind of thing, or this herbal character, what is that from? A lot of information sharing goes down here, which I think is...
Yeah, it's one of the best things about the industry.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the best industry in the world.
It's a very rising tide feeling.
Yeah, like and everyone wants to help each other.
Everybody's making great beer.
Yeah.
So...
And there's no reason to put it this way. San Diego is known as beer country because there's so many good breweries.
Oh, it's fair, of course.
To a certain extent, there's natural market competition.
Yeah.
But your first incentive is not to compete with your local breweries. In fact, oftentimes your first incentive is to collaborate with your local breweries.
You want to help one another.
Yeah, and create an overall culture of good beer. So yeah, definitely North Park was at the sort of the forefront of that for me. But I think kind of the funny thing is I still have these moments all the time. Like, it's not just when I was an early brewer. Like, there's still moments when I really have a beer and I'm like,
when you have that, when you have the drink of it and you're like, and you have that kind of like that second look at it.
I just did it I was in Spokane, Washington a couple weekends ago, and shout out to the Uprise Brewing guys out there.
Okay.
Uprise.
I love Old Stove in Seattle. Old Stove is one of my favorite breweries.
Oh, nice.
Of all time.
It's a good one. Yeah.
In Seattle.
But yeah, the Uprise guys, they're doing West Coast just as well. Maybe even better than we're doing it out here. That was a moment out there where I was like, man, I'm miles away from San Diego and I'm having amazing West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
And
there's great beer out there. You just got to find it.
Yeah. And same
I
thing.
think PNW in Seattle has a ton of great hoppy beer out
there. 100%.
Yeah.
And they're part of the West Coast IPA thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And for you, Thomas, have you been to Yakima? And I mean, we'll talk about your brewers or influences before, but.
I've been to Yakima. I went last year for selection. That was my first time going up there.
How was that?
That was fantastic. First time getting up there, doing selection, trying to see what kind of hops we can get for the next year. And I think through those lots that we selected, we've definitely gotten some good beers coming out with those. Definitely our mosaic has improved for sure having that. But right now would be a great time to get up there with wet hop season going on. I know in the next couple of weeks. Everything's going to be definitely coming out up there. There would be some really good hoppy stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good beer in that area, the Yakima area, extending all the way Spokane, Seattle, and either direction. There's some really strong beer. I've been surprised, everybody. There's really strong beer in Washington, Oregon.
I think the best thing about it is that you can have those beers that are great, that are fantastic, that impact you, but what I take from it is, okay, this is good, but how can I make this good in my own way?
Yeah.
Not in the same way, but I'd like to
make it your own.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we kind of strive for here at 8-Bit. I think, we try to make the beer that we want to drink and that we enjoy. And in part, I think other people that come here will enjoy it the same way. And I think holding that standard of, quality, cleanliness, and, process in the brew house is how we do it. And like I said, Liam's coming on kind of brand new. So once we get synced, it's some more time under our belt for sure. It's been great so far, but I'm saying once we get some serious time, I think, building a great beer program does take, a little bit of time. So.
Oh, yeah. And Bill, obviously, you can already sense the camaraderie there, but the chemistry too, I guess, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
It's palpable. Yeah. I'm feeling a lot of tension right now.
Yeah. It's heating up.
Well, we met here at 8-Bit a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I think that was before you would become over to the professional side, I think.
It was well
that point.
before.
Yeah.
And actually, naming Pure Project in North Park as my inspiration is not to be corny, but this place was a massive beer inspiration for me.
Yeah.
I mean, my friends all drank here when I wasn't a big craft beer guy. And I had my first hazy IPA here at a Brewing company. I had my first fruited sour here. I'm only 29. I haven't been drinking for that long.
There you go.
And I wasn't into beer for, 3 of those years that I'd started drinking. But yeah, this place was massively impactful to me. So that drives home me being here and already feeling at home, because I've been drinking these beers for
it's fantastic.
8 years now, 7-8 years now.
Is it because I probably started coming here 2021.
Okay, nice.
And so it's been about 4 years, but I've probably been here like 6, 7, 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe other times I forgot because I was a little drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But what I loved about this place was obviously I love video games. I grew up loving video games, but also the can artwork and the marketing behind it. And that was to me, loving, that's what talking to Luis, I talked about Luis earlier, from Level Up, but coming here and being able to this is what started it for me when it came to craft beer or anything like that, or craft beer and video games when it comes to, and then Brewshima. We'll talk about all the beers and all that stuff, but Brewshima was yeah.
Oh, okay.
And all the, every beer that you guys have done, I just yeah.
Well,
it's so good.
Yeah, we've definitely pushed the hazy IPA pretty good.
Oh yeah, it was a haze craze for sure.
Yeah,
you had to have 6 or 7 on the menu. Not you guys, but I feel like every brewery had that.
Yeah, we were definitely there for a bit too as well,
and became known for them. I think people
that and fruited sour, I would say.
Yeah, Gotta pour, the Mario Tart series. And,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that was Gotta Pour was one where we were okay, this one's pretty good. We wanted to build more flagships rather than just one-offs at a certain point. And I think that's been pretty beneficial for us, trying to really dial in those recipes.
Yeah.
And build more core brands, I think, too, at the same time. And while still experimenting.
Of course.
Still doing the one-offs and stuff like that. But
well, I love the pilot system you guys got. To me, that's the best, right? Because you have to, you can have your cores, but you can still do...
Yeah. We have been playing around with some newer stuff. Definitely getting more into the seltzers at this point. We'd like to do more, I think, cocktail-inspired seltzers now that we were kind of, imagining getting into as well. I don't think that seltzers are going anywhere anytime soon, and there's still a lot of fun. I think it can add a lot of diversity to the brewery's menu, especially when you start adding some spirit character into there too as well. So that's kind of another avenue we're trying to explore and see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I want to ask you, because obviously it's a video game theme brewery, obviously with all the different beers. Do you guys are you guys video game guys at all?
I haven't been so much in the past couple of years, to be quite honest with you.
That's okay. I'm same.
Liam, do you still play?
I do on occasion. Yeah. Same, it was my life.
What were the favorite video games?
I have my all-time favorite video game is a game called Hollow Knight, which released in 2016, I think. It's topical because they actually just announced the sequel after 7 years, and it's releasing next week.
And if he calls out,
you gotta get it.
I'm starting to feel sick. Actually,
I think you have to play that game.
I literally have a figurine on my desk.
Yeah,
from the game.
That's not it's not the one where they have the really white one.
And they do, yeah. This is the negative version.
Okay, so I played it on the Switch.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's my all-time favorite game. Between art style, music, an amazing.
It has a really good score for sure
by Christopher Larkin, and then just replayability. I've played that game start to finish. The only game that has beaten that in replayability for me is The Elder Scrolls V.
Okay,
I've played Skyrim start to finish. I don't even want to know how many times. Too many times. But yeah, big video game guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Thomas? What was it?
Donkey Kong Country 2 is probably the best video game.
One of the greatest scores of all time.
Great. That is a great score.
What a great score.
That's right. Yeah. That and GoldenEye. And I was recently playing Guitar Hero 3 a couple weeks ago.
All right.
The Guitar Hero games are
they're still good.
Still fantastic.
Amazing. Even Rock Band. Rock Band was great.
But I was heavy into Black Ops back in the day, or Call of Duty.
Okay.
But
I was definitely, shooters were my, you guys going to push me down this road?
No, it's fine. Go for it.
It was the competitive side of gaming for me was shooters. I played Black Ops 2 at like a local semi-professional level.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Going to LAN events and like had a couple of sponsors.
So it was destiny that you worked here.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in my DNA. My dad was a, maybe second gen like gamer, you know what I mean? Because he was born in 1969 and there was video games going on, but he was definitely like an early adopter of being really into video games and the culture around them.
Love it.
So I grew up, to a certain extent, probably more than the extent that he intended playing video games. But look at it now, Dad. These Call of Duty players making $600,000 a year minimum.
That's crazy, right?
This franchise leagues.
Yeah,
I should have kept playing.
You should have stuck with video games at that point. But for anybody that doesn't know, are some owners here at 8-Bit that are into video game design too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Susan Arnold, she actually was developer on a lot of the original Call of Duty games, and still works for Treyarch to this day.
Oh shit! Okay,
yeah, exactly.
And Treyarch makes the good ones too. I mean, I know what's the other one?
It was Infinity War. It was like back and forth.
Infinity Ward. Yeah,
there's been a couple other ones,
but I like the Treyarch one. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. So yeah, that's kind of where video game does tie in to a lot of 8-Bit was, and why it was 8-Bit inspired from that. And the Keeson brothers are definitely into a lot of pop culture at that point too as well.
Oh yeah,
so that also was a big influence, and I think why they wanted to make 8-Bit what it was. And then the arcade was just kind of like a bonus to it too as well. So that was great for us to eventually put it in, because it did make sense, right, to be 8-Bit and not have an arcade. So
it's either that or like just a gaming lounge, like a LAN situation. But that's
a LAN party.
It's a little greasier, I feel like.
Our cabinet section is great, but our pinball selection is top notch. I don't think anybody.
I saw the Jaws, and I was like, yeah, man.
We just got that new Harry Potter one.
Yeah, I was like,
that was the one that take pictures, right?
Yeah, I was like, I think our pinball I think we got the best pinball in the brewing industry.
I love that.
I'm just gonna, that's the one thing. So
the bar has been set.
Love that.
Plus, we got skee ball, which is
there. It is, and you got the basketball game too. So
got the basketball game. Yeah, it's funny. I refer to the arcade as just the child casino because
that's a child casino.
That's what it feels like. And as at least at points in my life, moderate gambler, I wish there was skill-based gambling. If there was a skee ball in the casino, dude, I'd be rich. I'd be printing tickets. I'd be taking money. It'd be big time. It'd be bad for them.
Counterfeit tickets and everything too.
Oh yeah, I'd be running heists for sure.
There it is.
Nobody take Liam to this casino.
Yeah,
he'll be at the blackjack table all night. We won't get him back.
It's true. It's true.
And he'll lose all his money too as well.
Yeah. 8-Bit does not promote that kind of game.
There you go.
Game safely.
We'll put what's called a disclaimer in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, I wanted to ask you, like, some of your favorite. We'll ask both of you, but we'll start with you, Thomas. Like your favorite styles to brew, but also maybe your favorite beer you brewed here.
I would say definitely favorite style to brew. It's tough.
It's a long sigh. It'll get you.
Right now, I would say. We're gonna circle back to it because I'm still trying to nail it, but I think the West Coast Pils is what I think is getting me excited right now. Definitely, I'm trying to dial in maybe like a hop profile to malt balance where you're just getting ultra saturation but with maximum drinkability. So finding that perfect medium is something that I think we're really striving in here to do right now, whether that be using more advanced hop products and maybe a different combination of Pilsner malts, some being leaner than others, to try to dial it in just right to get that perfect style representation. But as far as the beer that I'm most proud of that I brewed here, I think my favorite recipe that I've done here probably would have to be David, the Hellas lager that we do.
Okay, I love that one.
That's a real beer that I think is something that has been consistent, like as it's come through, and and I think that's been huge for me with that brand, and that has just been a fun beer to do. So we're probably going to bring it back here in a little bit and do some little bit of tweaks to it. But
love it.
I think also too is with our lagers, our processes are, trying to fine tune all that kind of stuff. Where recently we've been doing larger water backs for some of our lagers, which have really been helping the drinkability, I think.
That's kind of where the industry's going, I feel like, at the moment. Yeah.
And it's been huge. I think it's been huge for us. So I think those two answers are kind of where my heart is. I don't know. What about you? What would you say that you're most excited to get brewing up right now?
Yeah, to some people in the room, this will come as absolutely no surprise, and to some people listening as well, but it's the same answer for both. The last couple of years, I've developed a really profound love for brewing American light lager.
Okay.
And just the chase is what I call it, because I'm not a beer that I brewed here at 8-Bit, full disclosure, but a beer that I brewed at the brewery I was at previously. It was an American light that really got me as close as I feel like I could come to a macro lager on my equipment that I
love that.
And I had many limitations. Water was a huge one. I was dealing with filtered city water. So it became this challenge, this game of how clean and how crisp and highly drinkable can I get an American light? And I do mean light. This beer was 3.8%, extremely dry, massive.
Snap.
Massive. Thank you for that. That was a nice.
Yeah.
I heard that echo in my headphones. For those of you watching at home, we just kicked our feet together.
Yeah.
Actually. We both have our shoes on.
Yeah. You're straight out of Three Ninjas.
Yeah. But no, getting as close as I can to, brewing a high gravity base and then doing a massive, we're talking 40 to 60% water back. And then the trials that come with that, managing fermentation, pH, water chemistry, and getting as close as I can to a macro product that is extremely light, extremely crushable. And frankly, if someone just, from every aspect, recipe all the way to can design, if someone saw it on a shelf next to American macro beers, they wouldn't think twice about buying it. And they also wouldn't think twice when they drank it. Mm-hmm. Getting to that level. I know macro beer has a very divisive reputation amongst brewers.
Of course. Yeah. But if you can do it, if you do it right, man.
Yeah, I think it's this might be my most warm take, I guess, in the industry is just it's annoying for me, to be honest, when people get all righteous about American light lager as if it's this beer style that ruined craft beer, ruined beer in general, I guess, because it was before craft. I disagree. I think our industry is cyclical, and I think the American light lager is a part of our heritage, like it. I get that the craft movement was anti-culture, so you were moving away from what was popular.
Fizzy yellow beers for wussies.
Yeah. Specifically not a shout out to Greg.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that.
Yeah.
I didn't
I know you weren't. I'm saying specifically not a shout out to him. I'm not going to say anything negative. But.
Yeah, no, but I get it. But there was that. It was you had to have the hoppiest,
biggest, boldest,
100 IBUs,
most punchy, most in your face. But
I get it.
I've found a really distinct love for brewing in trying to brew the cleanest, lightest beer I possibly can. Not competing necessarily, but comparing myself to breweries that have spent millions, if not billions of dollars on their equipment.
Because it's so damn hard. If you have a macro it'll taste the same in New York, it'll taste the same in California.
Yeah, and even
it's not easy.
Abroad, anywhere in the world. It's always been impressive to me.
Yeah.
And so there's something very fascinating to me about, I don't aspire to be an operator at a macro brewery necessarily. That's not really where I see myself going. But I do have a distinct love for that style. And making it on the micro scale, to me, is actually very fulfilling. And just checking that drinkability box.
Yeah.
And just something you want to drink, 10, 12.
Yeah, because what if you have 4 or 5 IPAs or doubles at a brewery, and then you're like,
oh, you're down. Yeah.
And you're like, I need to change it up. You need something light, too.
Yeah. No, it's.
And if it's done right, man, they're so good.
It is. And it has really brought new challenges to me as a brewer that I didn't expect. Managing yeast health, managing water, pH, finishing pH, the health of my mash, my louders. When a beer is that light, any mistake you make shines through it. So
100%.
You really got to tighten it up.
I said it to my brother earlier. I was like the reason why I usually order a Pilsner or lager first, because if I know that's good, everything else is probably going to be pretty damn good.
It's a good litmus test, for a strong brewery.
It's you got to order the margarita pizza. The rest of the pizzas are going to be good from that spot. I get what you mean.
Yeah. And what do you, I'm sure, because GABF's right around the corner. What are you guys sending over?
What are we?
Oh, really? Is it right around the corner? I haven't thought about it at all.
That? Yeah, I don't know. We have a few things going out this year. I think we have 4 entries at this point. Definitely some hoppy stuff. We'll probably be sending new hazy that we brew. Well, it's a brand that we've done before. So we'll go into the hazy IPA category.
Okay.
West Coast Pilsner category. We're also going into the Mexican lager category.
All right. Local cantina?
And West Coast IPA, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see.
The heavy hitters. We're going for the contested ones.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been fun though. Thomas and I sat down my first week here and we started with some base recipes and we've made some what I feel are really strong tweaks. So I feel like these entries are solid across the board.
It is. It would be great. It would always be great to win GABF. It's always good to get notes back and see where your beers are kind of at and then, adjust. But I also think brewing a competition is obviously different than, the beer that we do year round, regardless of a win or not. Always proud of what we send and always proud of what we make here.
Yeah. And packaging has a lot to do with it too.
Packaging, has quite a bit to do. I mean, definitely not where the beers are today or definitely not where they're going to be 3 weeks from now. So,
having to wait all that time.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have like decent testing equipment here so that we can ensure quality and package. But even still,
great.
Today we were packaging one of the beers that's going and I was on nails. I feel like the entire time I was kind of dancing around, like, because it's just like, this has to be perfect. Like it has to, well, not perfect. It has to be as good as it can be.
Yeah.
Like there can't be an issue with packaging because if the beer's amazing in the bright, it should be amazing in the judge's mouth.
Yeah. You gotta get
you
in that
jumped
mouth.
a lot of steps. You jumped so many steps to
right
get
in the
there.
mouth.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was great. Everything went well, or as good as it could have went today.
That's good. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, so we're excited. We'll see what happens here in a little bit. But like I said, it's, keep trying, and hopefully it's not a matter of if, but when. One of these days, figure it on out. But that's just like kind of what you were saying about the American Light Lager. It's just a chase of striving to get there one day.
Yeah,
which I think we will.
Yeah, for sure. It all in due time, and I'm so happy for whoever wins in those categories. If it's not us, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
great beer.
You sandbagging son of a bitch.
Yeah.
No, but it's great though. I mean, I love that part of it because like you want things to always be, you want to strive for it, but at least you get notes, but still like you want to keep pushing and wanting to be better. So
sorry, sticky coasters.
Sorry, Jon Snow. We'll start with Thomas. Like, what was the first beer you ever brewed? Like, we'll say professional scale.
So I was gonna say, there's 2 different ones. My first homebrew was a pale ale, a West Coast pale ale that was all over the place. That was based off of a recipe that I had from a McKellar homebrewing book.
Okay, McKellar, there it is.
Shout out to the San Diego McKellar. Bought the book there. Had a 5-gallon homebrew system, and the first, I would say, probably 5 homebrews were pretty gnarly. But that West Coast recipe, the first 5 trials of it before it was drinkable, I would say. And eventually that beer did come through and it was drinkable. I guess you could say that.
There it is.
And then the first beer I brewed here was, let's see, what I want to say is just started off with the blonde recipe that was here, 1-Up Blonde. That was the first homebrew recipe. And then, professional recipe at that point.
This is for me and the listeners, but when did you move back here?
I moved back home July 2024.
No, back a house, I should say.
Back of house?
Like from...
July 23rd, 2024.
I was at the airport.
I was going to say, I think I came back here at springtime of 2019.
Okay. That was when you moved front of house back.
I believe so. Okay. Somewhere right around those times.
Okay.
That timing right around there.
Gotcha.
And that was, like I said, on the old brew house. And,
Yeah, the old brew basket.
The old brew basket at that point. Yeah.
The old cast iron pan.
Yeah.
That's what.
Old trusty.
Do you guys by chance know Danny at Tustin Brewing? No, because they have like a really old system there. They're like really old. Like, I mean, this isn't a knock on it because he just won a bronze at WBC. But I always say, like, man, like, did your brewing on a cast iron pan, dude. Like it's an old seasoned vet. You know?
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Crushing it with what he's got, dude.
Yeah.
I've always said there's always a better brewer out there making better beer with worse equipment, and I think it rings true sometimes.
No, but you guys make phenomenal beer here, though, man. Like really, like truly, like I'm not tooting your own horn. There's a reason why like this brewery's always been a white whale for me, and always wanted to get someone on because of the fact not just the can artwork, but the product behind it. Like you guys.
So were you getting more or less cans out your way in LA?
No, dude. So when I first came over here, it was like 2021, maybe 2022. And dude, I would come out here every maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And drive, like it was at that point it was once a month. And then sometimes my uncle, when you guys had Brushima or anytime there was a new release, I'd be like, all right, well, give me a Mario Tart or give me this or give me that.
Okay, nice.
And then, so we would come out pretty regularly because of the fact that it was just like you guys were just putting out bangers.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Like, and plus, because what made it better too, because I'm such a PlayStation homer that like I wanted more than anything just like a whole Brushima. Like I wanted, like I was telling my brother, like I've taking pictures of that can, but I've also wanted to buy like fake Japanese like cherry blossoms and do like a video just of that, like because of that can is so amazing.
I guess
and the beer's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So like like I said, kudos to you guys. Like like for like being here, like whether you're new or with you that that was here, then left and came back, like you were still a part of all of that, and I love it. So kudos.
Well,
like I said, I'm not trying to give you guys,
bring back Brushima is what he's trying to say.
I'm getting some subliminal messaging here.
If you guys did that, my uncle would probably be here like every other weekend.
Yeah, it gets thrown into the rotation.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it definitely.
It's does. Great. Yeah,
yeah, that'll be back for sure. We'll be back.
But it wasn't just those though. Like all the Mario Tart series, fantastic. The Hoppy Pilsmore, all that stuff is great.
That's very kind. No, I'm glad. I mean, this is what is like so fulfilling as a brewer, is to just know that despite us being absolute insufferable perfectionists sometimes and hating everything we make.
I love that about you guys though.
Not hating everything we make, but never quite being fully satisfied with a lot of the brands. When you have kind of an idea in your mind of how something's going to be, by the time it gets into the can, you're like, I want, a little more of this, a little more of that. You put blinders on yourself, and the thing you're blind to is just enjoying your own beer sometimes.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that, the products we're putting out there in the market are giving people impactful moments, like memorable beers for you. That makes it all worth it for sure.
100%. So the next segment, it's called the 4-pack.
Okay.
4 questions that'll be for each of you.
Okay.
What beer never leaves your fridge? Whoever wants to go first.
You've been starting, big dog. Why change the shit?
When he says big dog, he really means it. Guy's built like a brick shit house.
No. I think beer that never leaves the fridge. I'll tell you what I had in my fridge last. And it might surprise you. I had some Coors Light.
Coors Light.
NA though, dude.
Whoa.
NA, okay.
Well,
NA's big.
There was
I get
Coors
it.
Light
Yeah.
NA.
It's Coors Edge. But I've been like,
I've never heard of that.
Have you guys ever heard of Coors Edge before?
It's like straight edge? Is that what they're
Maybe. That actually would make sense.
Does it mean something else?
Who's getting edge right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I go home and edge.
You
can cut that out.
I had that because I was driving though. I had the girlfriend's birthday on Sunday. We were going to the beach. And
you had it while you were driving?
No, but I just didn't want to get blown out at the beach. I was
because you're just edging all the way there.
I
edging your way to the beach.
I drank NAs up until I got to Green Cheek and Oceanside, and then I switched back.
There it is.
Beer.
That way, you stopped edging.
Then you're like, okay, then I have a few beers before driving home, just trying to be there.
No, how was it?
Oh,
the Coors Edge, yeah.
And at the beach, out of a plastic cup, it felt like I was drinking Coors Light.
Okay, shout out.
So I do think
right.
the NAs are getting better out there. I'm just saying.
Well, dude, that's the trend right now.
If anyone's got the technology to do it, it's fools.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the trend right now for sure is NA beers.
So I don't think it's going away either.
I don't think so. Athletic just got what I call when they like tell you like, oh, you're worth this much.
Appraised.
Yeah, appraised. There you go. That's crazy.
Yeah, they've had some steady growth. Well, more than steady growth. I would say explosive growth over the last few years.
Oh yeah.
I do think about what it would take to brew a good NA.
A lot.
At this
Sounds
scale.
like a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot. I haven't messed with any of the NA yeasts, to be honest, but I have, I guess, concerns with them.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to a brewery, like, at least for me, I'm like,
There are people that come in.
I get it
all the time.
No, yeah, and I
It's
understand
just easy.
it.
It's path of least resistance for us to just buy them and sell them because
Yeah,
they
no,
don't
and I
seem-
understand it.
they don't seem
Yeah.
easy or cheap to make at this scale.
Yeah.
So it's
I get it, but I'm just like, if I'm going to a brewery, like, I want to, like,
You need the real thing.
I want a beer.
Yeah. Hop water. I think is in that same vein of like people in between
Mhm.
beers.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to your.
But if you do ask, I frequent Trader Joe's a lot, and they got the single cans out, and I'm snagging Guinnesses
Dude.
all the time.
Dude, I didn't know that you can do that for
You're
the
a
longest
Guinness?
time.
Single
I-
can Guinness.
I love
I'm a
Guinness.
single can Guinness guy most of the time.
with the widget and everything.
My brother used to make fun of me because I would drink Guinness during the summer.
Yeah, I'll drink it any time of day. It doesn't matter.
I mean, Ireland has seasons too. It's not cozy winter all year long.
When you're right. Yeah.
So if you're asking what's been in my fridge, most likely these past few weeks, it's probably been the black stuff.
Okay.
I like
Alright.
that.
How about you, brother?
My answer is an abashed and shameless Miller High Life.
Okay. Hey, the champagne of beers.
It's the one that I keep. And I've always said you can trust a brewer that you will see at home drinking macros because they've had enough good craft beer.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have constant access to, I have access to amazing craft beer,
Yeah.
both where I work and at many local breweries around me.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I get home, give me a Miller High Life or a Coors Light.
I get
Just give me something light.
Yeah.
And again, it's not about like where I'm putting my money to me. I'm not like, supporting the macros really. It's what I want to drink. I'm selfish.
No, I get it.
And Miller High Life is one that if you venture into my fridge at home, my beer fridge in my garage, you will find a bottom shelf full of various craft beer cans.
Okay.
For you, if you were a guest in my house.
Yeah.
The Coors Banquets and Miller High Lifes on the middle shelf, don't touch those.
Yeah. Just leave those alone.
Or if you brought beer, then it's 1-to-1. You leave something, you take a High Life.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's a trade system. But that is one that I would though. There's other like beers that I would give shout outs to. Like actually, we were talking about Pure Project earlier. Their Rain Pilsner was in my fridge every day for
Pure West
years.
is always like if I see it in a craft beer liquor store, I'll pick it up.
Yeah. So there's that has ebbed and flowed, but most recently it's been Miller High Life. Yeah.
Okay.
As you can see, he's a fan.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Miller American
Right
Racing.
up on the wall.
Yeah. Again, for those of you listening in your cars, at home, wherever, not watching, we're surrounded by Miller High Life branded merchandise.
I want to
I'm a
say
consumer.
though, like so that tap handle kind
the
of looks
Luker.
like Han Solo's blaster from.
Well, I mean, he shot first.
Yeah, I mean, he totally did, but it kind of looks like that. Like when just like if you we'll pull it up, I'll do a comparison.
Those of you who know what a Luker
when there's a
looks
when
like,
there's
with
a
the
video
tap on it or with the shank on it.
I'll get a video of it and then post it. Like, is it the same thing? Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's I'm a big fan of like beer Americana.
Oh yeah,
our
same
beer history, even extending beyond just craft beer. So I like all the vintage stuff. It's very fascinating to me.
Ken, if you weren't in beer, what would you be doing? It's the second question of the 4-pack.
I would still be in automotive.
Okay.
I've always been a car guy. Unfortunately, I found my way into repair instead of customs. But hopefully I would be in customs by now and not repair.
Yeah.
Because as much as I do love cars, selling automotive service and managing auto shops is not for people who love cars. It's for, respectfully, it's for salespeople. It's for people who are good at managing things and selling things. I was not good at every single customer I had every single day being angry at me.
Yeah.
Because who's happy to go to the auto shop? Like
100%.
No one's ever like, I'm going to go see my mechanic tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's my boy's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love seeing him No, you walk in and I'm like, good morning. How are you? And they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what's up? I need my oil changed. I can't afford it. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
This is now turned into a therapy session and an oil change all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true. But yeah, I'd still be in automotive for sure.
All right. Thomas? Or Tommy Tsunami?
I'd probably be swinging a sledgehammer somewhere, doing
Okay.
Well, like with cameras.
No.
Yeah.
I was
He's all shirt off, a
doing,
little bit of
I
baby
was
oil.
doing construction beforehand, so
Okay.
I was trying to look for a way to work with my hands, but not work in the trades necessarily.
Yeah.
A little bit easier on the body. So I was actually kind of fortunate, I feel like, to always say that I found brewing, because I didn't want to do hard labor for the rest of my life. And even though brewing is very tough on the body, I felt like it was just a way I could be creative and still work with my hands and then have an awesome product at the end of it. So,
Yeah.
And I do think you get that in construction too as well, when you build something up and at the end you have, either a beautiful house, which was kind of what I was doing, which was cool, which is great, but do you get, a little bit more satisfaction in the whole beer thing. And it's...
Yeah, you can't drink a house.
You can't drink a house. You can live in it. But
Yeah. When you're right, you're right.
yeah, that's more of a tougher question for me, because, I really don't know.
Okay.
It would be really hard for me to say. I was kind of wandering before I found the calling.
Fair.
All right.
And it was long enough ago for you. I feel like that would, because for me, it's actually relatively recent. But yeah, as the years go by, it's like, where would I have gotten?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd be a successful stockbroker probably, making millions.
There you go. Well, here's the third question, Tommy. If you could collab with any brewery in the world, who would it be?
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
You can't say Guinness.
Yeah.
No,
You can say Guinness.
I don't think it would be Guinness. Oh, that's a toughie.
I love the suspense. Here, there we go. Got going on right.
Yeah, the deep throat
Yeah.
means that he's really pontificating.
I'm racking the brain as of right now.
You want me to go first? What do you think?
Do you have yours
Mine's
fresh?
loaded. Yeah.
Yeah, have him go.
You just
Okay.
asked me this the other day.
I know, I did. So he's kind of thinking about it.
I do think, and worldwide is sort of not fair because I have much less knowledge of, beer outside of my country, for all fairness. But Firestone Walker, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
That would be
Got it.
sort of a bucket list collab. I've always thought, even but even putting their beer, which is generally and often very, very good, aside, they're just the coolest. Their brand is just so cool.
Yeah.
And their team is so cool. Matt Brindleson is so cool. Every time I see something about Firestone Walker, I'm like, these are the cool guys on the block. So
I feel like not, and this, I don't mean this in a bad way, but they're kind of like the granddaddy,
yeah,
out here.
they're
anyway.
super tenured in this area.
Yeah.
They're well respected and put out good products and, have made, of all styles, have made really, really good examples. But I think I've just always felt like they're just cool, from their merch to their can design to the product in the cans. I think they're cool guys over there.
Yeah.
Plus the bear and, the bear and the lion, it's just everything about it just has
it's fucking Narnia.
Yeah. It just has this very
Thomas just roll his eyes.
This is just his pitch to get invited to the invitational. That's all Liam wants. He's like, let me just get into the invitational.
I'm such a big fan, it's
Let me
always
ask you,
been my dream.
Would you rather do it at the Propagator or Paso Robles?
The collab, you mean?
Yeah, where would you rather do that collab?
I mean, Paso for sure, just because I want to make 4,000 barrels or something.
There you go.
But it's clearly much more likely at the propagator over a Firestone Walker propagator.
Right on.
But yeah, I'd take either, honestly. I've never been to the propagator spot in LA, but it also seems really cool. And I'm a big fan of what Sam is doing over there.
Okay. Very nice.
All right, here we go. Back to you, Tommy.
I would say I've been marinating now on this quite a bit.
Okay.
And I think at this point, I'm going to have to go Jester King.
Okay.
Texas. Yeah.
All right.
I think that would be really great. I think what they had done, or some of the beers I was getting early on, were pretty life-changing. And
Love that.
I was like, okay, if I can maybe get Jeff Stuffings on the phone and be like, hey, and now that they're kind of, moved away from more of the mixed culture beers now at this point, doing a lot more stuff in cans.
I remember that name in a long time, so that's cool.
I mean, yeah, what they got going on in Texas is pretty cool. I've been to the brewery. I thought it was an amazing place. So big, huge respect to those guys. And I think just to work with them would be pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. And there's, like you said, they're so well respected in Texas, because when I went to Dallas, they talked about them. And then when I went to McAllen, which is like 15 minutes from the border, they all said the same thing. They're like, Jester King is just, what they put out is phenomenal.
I mean, they've always went to the beat of their own drum.
Yeah.
And I've always loved all the marketing.
Yeah, it's also a very cool brewery.
Yeah, or all the doom and black metal inspired stuff, and their imagery and the elegance they kind of put behind it too, and all their goats and stuff like that. They do stuff really well. So that was definitely ranked up there for dream collab for sure.
Love it. All right, well, last question of the 4-pack. If
you go first,
what's a guilty pleasure you secretly have or not so secretly have?
Ooh, just of any kind.
Any kind.
Any vice.
I like to watch.
Could be Gossip Girl if you want it to be. That's, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Go piss, girl. I like to watch ASMR videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like to get that.
Like what kind of? Now we're all kind of curious.
I need to know what noises.
Like
to hear.
I'm kind of not picky. It don't take much to get tingly.
So it could be anything.
Yeah, but I do find videos of just people doing things. Very
okay. Well, that could have went somewhere real.
No.
Hey, you didn't have to. You heard this, listeners. Okay, Mike, the host of the Taproom podcast, took it there first.
Could have said like couples doing stuff.
I find it calming.
Like, when do you put these on? Like, how does this go down? Like,
it can be.
Are you just? I need background
noise.
noise.
To sleep,
I'll give you a good
cleaning?
example. When I'm going to sleep is a common situation. Especially if I'm having like trouble sleeping, I will just put on a video. Like, someone will be like, "Here's a video, 3 hours of me organizing my wood shop."
Okay,
and I'll just watch them like organize. And sure, like you may not necessarily say that that's like deep in the ear like tingle stuff, because I don't like the like binaural like ear rubbing.
Like, where it's like one ear and then
I don't really like
ear.
that.
Yeah, I get you.
It's more so just like I find videos of people just like organizing things.
Okay.
Or cleaning things.
Yeah.
Or you could be power washing your driveway as long as the volume isn't up too loud.
Oh, dude, I'm into the rug cleaning videos.
I like
mountain rug cleaning.
Yeah,
I'm into that, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like it.
He said guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Do I seem guilty to you?
No.
Me and our sales guy Matt just cuddled up watching.
I love it.
All
right, Tommy Tsunami. Is it going to be Johnny Tsunami from the Disney Channel?
I watch terrible movies. That's not like a guilty pleasure, but like I'll throw on Brink.
Oh, come on,
like,
dude. You're a soul skater? I love it.
Or like my girlfriend's never seen these movies, so it's like I have to force her to watch them too, you know?
Skate better.
That's not guilty.
No, that is a guilty pleasure.
No, but he just put that on. I was like, that I do
it's
enjoy
so true,
that.
Yeah. I'm with you.
If I'm trying to think of like a guilty pleasure.
That was so long.
Yeah, that was the best sigh yet.
Yeah. You're talking about ASMR.
I hope it...
Liam's going to be at home like, I'm just going to listen to that.
No.
Just 10 hours of Thomas sighs.
Yeah.
Can someone make a supercut of this podcast that's just all the Thomas sighs?
I don't know. I don't know what I do that's weird. That would be like, what is this guy doing right now? I don't know. Sometimes I guess I would like, you ever just go to breweries and like you're going to get pissed off halfway through, but you go there anyways. And just to like, maybe like...
Just to shit on it?
Just a little bit.
Just kidding.
No, just kidding. I would never
just go to fight bartenders?
No. I feel like I would never do that.
Thomas is
I wouldn't either.
He's too disciplined to have guilty pleasures. This guy keeps it too tight.
No.
Fuck. Watching Ric Flair documentaries as he's working out?
No, I don't...
What do you do behind closed doors?
You are built like a brick shithouse, I just say,
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, a couple push-ups here. Once you're done, we have no
doing
totes.
Keg stands.
We have no totes, so you have to push these grain barrels up on the pallet.
Oh, for sure.
No, I'm just saying, like, you always want a tote. I don't have a tote for you yet.
You gotta get totes, man.
He's doing keg stands while doing pigtail pours.
No, I've gotten good at the barrels again, though.
He's picked it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm spoiled.
I'd say this could be a guilty pleasure. I'm over here. Everybody who hasn't, I'm not drinking beer right now. It's Ultra Vice Guava. Liam's putting me on the Monsters.
Guilty. Sugar-free Monster.
So that's your vice.
We're big Monster guys over here.
Okay.
Shout out Neil again, putting this on.
Yeah. If anyone from anywhere in the Monster Energy verse is listening, just sponsor us. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Just sponsor us. Yeah.
That might not be a good idea. Too much Monster in the house.
Give me a big fridge, branded fridge with full of sugar-free Monster.
There it is.
My knee's bouncing right now, by the way, for anyone wondering.
Yeah, sorry I didn't can off that last.
You're fine.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
I think the bad movies thing does count. I gave you shit for it, but I feel bad.
We all love B movies sometimes.
Yeah.
Hot shots.
Or who doesn't love a drunk cigarette every now and then?
Because
like
there you go.
There
we go.
You're speaking my language
now. Yeah.
Hey, we'll have one.
But
we'll have
that's
one.
like I got to be like 4 IPAs, and then it's like,
we'll have one later.
We
It's
bomb
fine.
a cig. Yeah.
You want a cigarette?
No, I think the movie thing totally counts because I get what you mean. There's that moment where it's like I just feel like watching a movie that I know is bad.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen 5 times before, but I just want it. So
What was the movie with the Jason Statham? It was so stupid. It's Crank.
Crank.
Oh,
You shut your brain off, and that movie's fantastic.
great movie.
When
Yeah.
it first came out, it kind of blew my mind, and then when
I
I
was like-
watched it like a year ago, I was like, "This is fucking terrible."
Yeah, it's so dumb.
When it comes to like substance writing,
Yeah, it's so dumb. But
when it
you
comes
can
to
just
just
enjoy-
liking it,
Yeah.
it's great.
You can just
Great.
sit there and not have to like think about anything. You can just shovel down a pizza or a bunch of tacos.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
And
like
some beers.
I'd rather watch bad old movies than good. I mean, new bad movies. Like all the
Oh,
movies
yeah.
coming out are just terrible.
Yeah.
anyway,
100%.
So
We're talking about Fast and Furious kind of in that same light where I'm a huge Fast and Furious franchise.
I've only ever seen the first 2.
Good ones. Good ones. Yeah.
I haven't seen anything
just
else.
Stop. Don't even bother with it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Maybe
Just live
yeah.
there. Stay there.
You got to do have to at some point in your life. It's a rite of passage. You have to watch Tokyo Drift.
Okay, all right. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Well, you have to.
I mean, I'd probably
Look,
I'd probably just go buy food and then just like, all right, this is gonna be my day.
Yeah. And again, full disclosure, I wouldn't call it a good movie, especially if you're like a film buff. Like it is not a agnostically well-made film.
Okay.
However, good movie.
Nah. Well, because I mean, but it's probably memorable. Well, I mean, it made you remember it.
It lives
I
in
guess.
my brain. Yeah.
There it is.
Well,
So
you saw it when it came out. I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
I don't even know when did that come out. I must have been a literal child.
Yeah, it's pretty small too. As well.
He's like, I was 3.5 years old,
Yeah.
Teenage.
Yeah.
That feels like mid 2000s
Yeah.
all over it. Like I was
busting out the nitrous
I was
as little
probably-
tykes.
9 or 10 years old. Honestly, just do.
But it was memorable for you. So going into the memorable stuff, not perfect segue. Memorable brew days.
Ooh. You want me to go first, Ian?
Yeah, you go first.
The first time I brewed my American light lager at the previous brewery I was at, it was the absolute worst stuck mash that I ever had.
Okay.
I used all the tools, or at least the most common tools. I
Rice
used,
holes.
Copious amounts of rice holes.
And it's still stuck.
And I used biogluconase. And I prayed beforehand, too. I just did a little quick one, just if you're up there.
Lord, if you're listening.
Yeah, I'm adding 20% each of corn and rice to my mash.
There
And
it
I'm
is.
high gravity brewing, so I would really like this to louder if it's not too much trouble. I've been a
Yeah.
good boy this year. Sounds like I'm talking to Santa.
You're like, I swear to God, I tried my best.
All I want for Christmas is like just a clean louder.
Just to want to go to Narnia.
Yeah. And it was very memorable because this was like fairly young in my time at this brewery. And I just, I had this idea and I was like, I'm going to do this. It's going to go smooth. And the owner was there. He would oftentimes work with me in the brewery. And I've never been this stuck before. It didn't actually take that long to get out of it. I've heard horror stories about overnight runoffs and like stuff like that. This was nothing like that. It was probably about 4 hours of not flowing at all, dump valves open from the mash tun and just nothing coming out. The corn, what ended up happening once we grained out, it was very clear that the corn somehow just made its way underneath the rice holes, like through turbulence.
Oh,
maybe
shit.
I was running the rakes too hard or, something like that. But it just formed corncrete, just a layer of easy mixed corncrete right under the rice holes. It was, even graining it out, you had to cut it like cornbread.
Wow.
It was insane. So I definitely learned from it the most, I feel like, because I was just on cruise control with this system, loudered most beers very well. And then that one day where I was like, I have this idea. I really want to make this American light lager. It's going to be so smooth, easy brew day, no big deal, big water back. And then like 2 barrels into my runoff, and I'm just like,
so you done fucked up, Ron.
There's nothing flowing now. Everything's cooling down to, it wasn't a jacketed mash tun, so everything was just getting cold and gummy. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna have to get in here and hand shovel all this out.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, that one sticks with me. There's good memorable brew days too, but that's one that haunts me, I guess you would say.
Okay, Thomas.
I would say like memorable brew day per se. I want to say the first time I had brewed on the Zeman 75 barrel brew house at Russian River. I think the first solo brew day on that. Not saying that it was memorable in the sense where I never thought I would get to like brew on equipment that size at that point.
That sounds super good.
Yeah, like the major production.
At a production level, especially starting off, in your garage. At one point, like, and then you get to this point where you're like, wow, it's a lot of responsibility. The technical engineering behind all that kind of stuff was, way over my head. So to be operating it from, a controller standpoint was pretty amazing, was pretty fulfilling for me. Obviously, I made some mistakes while I was there, but, you learn a lot from those mistakes. But at that point, I think I was like, this is really cool for myself. And now that I've kind of like gotten away from that and not like brewing on the system that big anymore, it still stays with me, that was a pretty big highlight for me in my career. So I would say that was probably my most memorable.
Yeah, that's a fun, like, whereas mine is like a bad day. That's a fun, like,
I was trying to think like a
juxtaposed moment.
Yeah, positive
like,
one.
That's great though, man.
I like the visualization of like seeing yourself somewhere you never thought you would be.
Like, kind of.
That's
cool.
Yeah, you got to be at that, like you said, something that you never, maybe like when you first got into the industry, maybe thought that maybe that would never happen, but it did.
Well, those just thoughts aren't even in your mind. I think you're so excited to be making like beer.
You're so immersed with it.
If that's what you want to do. You're not thinking like, years down the road.
River.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a pretty cool brew day for me and myself.
Was it pretty intimidating going up those steps for the first time?
Oh, I bet. Like,
I think it was more intimidating. Like just the first day going in, there's just like, you're dealing with like machinery that's so big and like you're not even in the room necessarily with, and you're just, and you don't really have that much troubleshooting skill because you're brewing on a computer and like you have to like go deep into these parameters and settings. And I don't have like, I won't lie, my pure computer skills are not that great. So it's so intimidating in that sense. And you're supposed to be like driving that ship. So, and
sheer volumes too.
And you don't want to like, you never want to seem like you're not confident in your work. Especially when you're dealing with, with amounts of raw ingredients that are thousands of dollars. You make a mistake, you could damage equipment that could be also, thousands of dollars to fix. So the pressure is high, but the reward is high too when you finish.
Of course.
And you went in and you had a good day. You hit your numbers on all your specs on your brew sheet. I mean, that in itself is pretty awesome. So yeah, like I said, high risk, high reward on that one.
Yeah.
And fake it till you make it too.
What would you say? Like, I mean, no, so no, would you say, but what was it like? Maybe like the first time seeing someone enjoy a beer that you brewed.
That was really cool. That was pretty great too, as well. I think most of the time, the first time you're like seeing somebody like, oh wow, like you can make this and it could work is fantastic. But I think as in a whole, I really enjoy thinking about all the times people come in like to the brewery where we're trying to give them an experience away from whatever it is that's going on in life, whether they come in for just like their lunch and maybe they just have a quick lunch beer and like, they forget about their job and their problems for like 10 minutes, or, somebody comes here on a first date and, they fall in love later, or a family comes here to celebrate, it's kind of all just,
we get
it all
a
feels
wide variety of people with 8-bit, which I like. Being a restaurant, like you get people coming here for all kinds of reasons, but they're all coming here for also the same reason.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So
it's fulfilling.
It is a little fulfilling. I mean, to be very accepted by the local community, and people be like, "Oh, I love going to 8-bit and having great." I went there however long ago, and that always feels great that people can come here and have a good time.
Love that, man. And how about for you, Liam? What was it like seeing someone drink your beer for the first time?
Just went straight to my head.
Yeah.
Immediately.
You're like, I'm a bad fucker.
Yeah.
I'm a soul skater.
All my,
No, dude.
all my friends were gassing me up, and I was like, yeah, I should do this. Yeah, I should make beer. I'm good at this. And then I became obsessed about it to the point where I started reading a lot, learning a lot, taking in as much information as I could, as quickly as I could. And then I very quickly realized my friends are wrong. How do I tell them that they don't have good taste in beer?
You done fucked up here, Ron.
Yeah, because those first few beers I made, very rough. That being said, the support that they gave me, extremely, extremely kind, and probably led me to where I am now. But yeah, that first few like homebrew batches I made, like that was significant for me because I had a lot of friends like telling their friends, "Oh, my friend made this beer," and 5 gallons, I yielded maybe 3, and so it was gone fairly quick. Sharing it with buddies, and so but still, like I would have people hitting me up on Instagram, "Hey, I'm this person's friend, and I heard you made this beer, and I was seeing if I could get some," and that was very inspiring for me.
Love that.
You guys should also look up Wolf King on YouTube as well.
There it is.
I did.
Liam will give you awesome. I'm not joking. He'll give you awesome information in his videos. Like,
okay,
I did have a sort of like instructional homebrewing channel.
Yeah. All right,
under Wolf King Brewing.
Love that.
I loved actually doing the YouTube thing. If I wasn't brewing professionally, I would still absolutely be making videos at home.
We might get an 8-Bit YouTube channel.
Oh, here we go.
Trying to allude to is,
oh yeah, we're gonna be famous. Yeah, we're gonna be.
It's happening.
we're gonna be YouTube famous. It's gonna be cool. Mr. Beast is gonna be doing shows here.
There it is.
Doing shows. He's like, never sounded so out of touch in my life.
You notice I was curious because I mean I know everybody's different, but I mean like, what do you listen to when you're brewing?
That's a fun one. We keep a pretty diverse.
Okay, like Taylor Swift and all that. I'm just
kidding.
Not.
There's no Taylor Swift.
Typically, I feel like we start off slow in the morning, like slow jams. Get things going, kind of, and
jazz,
then,
lo-fi, or anything acoustic, like,
and then it will ramp up to like tech house.
Okay.
By the end of the day, we're like...
Thomas and I share a love for
electronic
dance music.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when we're going, and it's rave music in this house for sure. We'll have anything from, like techie drum and bass.
Okay.
To just straight up like bass music, dubstep, trap.
Yeah.
Like,
it will vary with the seasons too as well.
Yeah, true.
Right now it's summertime, so we got big dance vibes, but you know, we'll get moody and broody as August and all these fall months come to as well. So
okay.
We're mood listeners. There's no real answer. There's no one thing always playing in the brew house. It's just,
all right.
Yeah, there you
it's
go. Almost limp. Thomas does love him some Limp Bizkit.
Hey, nothing wrong with it.
And there's, I got to tell you, when you're working in the cellar and Limp Bizkit is playing, you are energized. You are flipping tanks.
Yeah, exactly.
You're moving hoses. Yeah. Come on.
Like staying at that point, like it's been a while.
we have some sad tunes going too.
We do, yeah. We get a nice blend actually.
I love that.
I think, yeah. It's contextual, I think.
All right.
Yeah, but there's a focus on electronic dance music for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: are you excited for Fest beer season and Oktoberfest season coming up right now?
Oh yeah.
Are you a fan of the bigger maltier lagers?
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
But I mean, if I like my go-tos, like I mean, I gotta love Schwartz. Like anything Schwartz, I'm in.
Okay.
Brown ales, I do like, but I mean, it's just hard to find them on menus and stuff like that. But yeah. Fest beers, I'm in. I'm always in.
I guess my question for you then why did you start drinking craft beer?
Is this a power move? Are you flipping this script?
Yeah, I am, because I needed to know now.
I'm flipping it.
I want to know if he got in like...
No, so I'll tell you what happened. So I grew up I was probably 16, 17, between 16 and 18. Like my sister was kind of talking to this guy and he would drink a lot of Stone. And like my first craft beer was a Double Bastard.
Okay.
My palate was not ready for it.
Yeah.
But then eventually, like that guy that she dated way back when had a house. So I moved in with him And like we had, like it was me and 2 other guys, and eventually we lived there. And we went down to Escondido, and we went to, was it the World Bistro? And I tried, Midas Touch by Dogfish Head. And that was the beer. I remember calling my brother, because I took the tour, but I called my brother, that's standing just across the way. I was like, dude, I just had the best beer of my life. Like, that beer was just like it for me. And it made me want to try different things. But then again, I did fall out of it. Like, after a little while, I started drinking whiskey and started doing some other stuff.
Ellipses.
Yeah. But I was just drinking a lot of other stuff. So, no. I'm gonna leave all this in.
Yeah.
But no, but I mean, that was like the first beer that I thought, like, man, like, that was the best beer I ever had, was the Midas Touch by Dogfish Head.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, trust me, I had Sierra Nevada before. I guess, like, you can call, like, Newcastle, I guess, kind of macro craft back then.
It's way different now. When you got a Newcastle recently?
Oh, dude, I haven't had a Newcastle in like probably 10 years.
Oh my God, it is not
like good.
No, not like how it used to be.
Yeah. Or maybe even like Killian's Irish Red back in the day. Like, that was like you thought, like, oh, I'm drinking a Killian's or Red Stripe back then.
Red Stripe still holds up.
Is it still good?
Red Stripe's.
I haven't had a Red Stripe in a long time. Hooray, beer! But, like, yeah. But growing, like, well, as a kid, I guess, like, 20, 21, like, when having Dogfish Head was, because when I lived with my buddies, there was 2 kegerators. One of them was Stone IPA, and the other was PBR.
Okay.
Nice.
PBR's had a fun comeback. Also, like, culturally, the last 4
how
5
it's
years.
like so expensive. Like, to me, it's like beyond me.
That's the
gentrification.
I was gonna say
I
that's
guess,
supply
yeah.
and demand right there.
Yeah.
It's because kids want it now. Not kids, sorry,
Yeah.
but younger drinkers want it now.
Yeah. But my dad would also drink Sierra Nevada too. Sorry to answer the other part. Like, so it was always kind of like, it was there. So sometimes I would steal my dad's beers.
Okay.
But I'd also steal his $2 Chuck from Trader Joe's.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
There you go.
So I was just trying to get fucked up, kind of. But then when you find the right beer, well, find your beer, I guess.
The awakening.
And then
the Genesis.
Were you just like, were you going to cam releases? Like, once like the
No,
you weren't really.
No, I wasn't. I was just because like that started it, but then it wasn't until like my brother started Taps and Tailgates where it was like I got really back into it at that point, where I wanted to like, now they have these beers over here, or they have these beers over here, or I'm going to drive to Louis Liquor in Azusa because they're getting shit from the East Coast and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what kind of did it for me. And then wanting to, after we had the show, and then I was just like, all right, well, I wanted to keep it going. And then I always wanted to go in this direction where I could talk to people like you, like, talk about like how much, like, like old brewers and how much you love the product and stuff like that. But it took a while for me to even feel like I was comfortable enough to do that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And in what way? Like, were you just like want to get out of your shell, or you just didn't know if you wanted to be on that level where
I didn't think because I didn't know shit. Okay. I didn't know shit about the brewing side. I didn't know shit about it. I just knew I loved craft beer. I just wanted like to learn more, I guess. Like, and honestly, more than anything, like the community has been so welcoming because it's been a little over 2.5 years now, and putting out a show every week and talking to different brewers or owners or whatever and learning different things too. Like, my palate's developed over that time.
Right.
Okay. Took just a quick break there. Before we finish up, before we get into the last 3-ish questions, I want to say thank you guys.
Of course.
Thanks for letting me come down.
Yeah, likewise. This was cool. I'm glad we did this.
Like I said, I think this was like a Mount Rushmore brewery for me. I was going to get into the Mount Rushmore breweries, but it was a white whale. I guess, what's the Moby Dick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
You guys got great beer. You guys got great food. Arcade downstairs. You got it all. And it's like, yeah, everything that you could want. Like, in my eyes, anything you could want from a brewery. So,
yeah, appreciate it. We're looking forward to providing more of that.
Oh, yeah. So one of the last few questions I want to ask you is, if you can have a beer with Any historical figure, or it could be a video game character or a cartoon character. Who would you want to have a beer with? Oh, here we go.
It's an interesting one. It's.
Do you have an answer?
I have several, but like the question assumes that the person would drink beer.
It's okay, but hey, even if they
Or is
don't,
it like
it could be
sort
they
of
have the one beer that they like.
sitting at the bar with
Yeah.
them, like
Could be Wolverine, could be Superman. Who knows?
it's really tough, honestly. I don't feel like I have a locked answer to this. I thought in the moment it would come to me.
Oh, sometimes you get locked out of your own office.
Sometimes I messed that up, Dad. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm not sorry. It's true.
Sorry, not sorry.
Maybe if I'm thinking historical figure, I'm kind of want to be selfish here and think of somebody I could get some information with. Maybe I should switch my thinking and just think who would it be cool to share a coldie with.
Well, like,
Yeah,
I
and
was
then
gonna
that's
say,
what it could be, yeah.
Like, is it that? Would you take $100,000 or dinner with Jay-Z? Like,
Yeah. Or if you, would you want to have a beer with Homer?
$100,000 easily.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy
Okay.
Osbourne would be a fantastic one to have.
I mean, it'd be
with.
kind of hard now, but you know, just kidding. That was a joke. That was a bad joke. No, I'm kidding. No,
Too soon. Too soon, Mike. Nah, yeah.
I love Ozzy though. He's got good stuff. Oh,
I'll go if you don't
Go,
want
you go, dude. I'll say personally.
I'd probably want to have a beer with DMX.
okay.
And I don't know. If you're going to ask about anybody, I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to hit DMX, be like, yo, let's put on some of your bangers and like, let's have a
Yeah.
party. So.
All right.
That sounds chill.
I like that.
I mean, that's what you wanted. Like, it was like, I'm here to party now at this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and you know that one beer is going to lead to
Yeah.
much
several
other stuff at that
things,
point.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So,
when are we gonna rock and when are we gonna roll? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
and then you all let it go.
I
Got Thomas on that one. There we go.
like when it comes to like historical figures too, I do think that there's something hilarious about my answer just being Jesus Christ.
Hey, guy drank, so
And his life was religious or not.
Yeah.
His life was very interesting.
maybe I could walk on water. Maybe I can. Who knows?
This is him. He's like, yo, so I know you did water into wine. So can you do beer? I mean, water
Can you
into
make me a
beer?
Westie?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you turn this wine into Coors Light? for
Yeah.
me?
He's like, I know it's not around yet, but there's going to be a thing called a New England IPA
Yeah.
or a hazy for them. He's on the West Coast.
That is
We'll
a
call it
very
hazy.
interesting answer, though. You know.
Yeah, I feel like it's not my answer though. It's
Oh.
Oh, I thought that
Sorry,
was
I thought that was
I
your
was saying
answer.
that would be the funny answer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I see, I see.
Is that I would have a beer with Jesus at the local dive.
Yeah.
I really feel like my answer actually is Christopher Nolan.
Ooh, I
The
like that.
director?
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal director.
I love his movies so much, and we
They're
share a
so good.
birthday. So there's your icebreaker.
Okay.
I just lean over to him and be like, July 30th, right?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, how'd you know?
He'd
And
be
then
like, oh,
we'd
that's
dap
the
each
day.
other up, and then it'd be
Yeah.
it'd be tight.
He's like, hey, we'll release Oppenheimer the same day.
I feel
Yeah.
like you would. It's a weird thing to lead in with as not an icebreaker, but like he might be like, "Why do you know my birthday?"
Yeah.
And
I'd say
okay.
because you're Christopher fucking Nolan, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
So,
your birthday.
I share a birthday with Jennifer
argue.
Love Hewitt. I was like super stoked about that. 'cause
okay,
she's,
nice.
she's a baddie, obviously. So.
Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ever meet her? And
No,
use that as an
wish.
icebreaker?
I wish, yeah. Like,
Oh.
hey, me and you.
Yeah.
No.
Same birthday.
Probably would have slapped me.
Yeah. There's definitely like this was a fun question to I guess like expound upon it a little bit.
Yeah.
This was a fun question for me because it gave me some interesting inflection because like my immediate answers were I was like that's
Jesus.
yeah, like bullshit or like either like trying to be funny for the sake of being funny or thinking of it like who would be the coolest to just drink with.
Yeah.
But
Just have a beer
yeah.
with Jesus.
why not?
Yeah. I get it.
He's probably
Yeah.
got a lot of interesting. He had some great parables.
Yeah.
You know,
You never know.
I'm on podcast defending Jesus right now for my life. what does that
Like,
mean?
I thought they were doing the
It's
X-Men.
X for DMX.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought it was I wasn't sure if it was X-Men or,
oh, yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, Jesus and DMX.
there it is.
with Christopher Nolan.
I wish I could use like that part of the song just to throw in the background when this
That'd be
episode
great.
comes out.
Let's go on.
That'd be great. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
I feel like to still be royalty free, you can use like 3 seconds of a song.
Yeah.
It's like
There
just,
it is.
Just play a little.
Yeah, when we're gonna
Dog
rock,
pound
when we're
bark
gonna
in
roll. Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So next one, Mount Rushmore breweries, Thomas.
So we're gonna do
4 breweries.
top 4.
Yeah. What's your Mount Rushmore?
All right, let's go ahead and Freem.
Okay.
Mm,
I'm gonna put Freem up there.
All right.
I'm gonna
I like
put
that.
Russian River up there.
preach.
Okay.
Gonna put. Let's see. I'm gonna put maybe like. I'm trying to like decide if I want to how big like worldwide I want to go to as well, like because I just came back from Europe and I think the Augustiner Helles over there was like life changing. So I'm gonna put Augustiner
Love that
up there,
Well deserved.
and I will also cap it off probably with. I feel like I'm gonna put Wayfinder up there. Because I remember the first time I went over there back before it was cold IPA, and I think they were just making their West Coast IPA with the cold IPA method. And I remember having him like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
And why is this happening? I didn't understand it at the time until later on. We kind of figured out what Kevin was doing over there. So
love that.
He was keeping them cold.
He was keeping the IPAs cold. So yeah, I think those 4: Freem, Russian River, Augustiner, and Wayfinder. Yeah.
I love that. And I love because most of the time it's different answers from everybody. Like when you sometimes you ask a person like, oh, what's the first craft beer that got you? They're like Sierra Nevada, which is nothing wrong with it.
Sierra Nevada could be on like almost everybody's list.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know.
I said there's nothing wrong with it. It's just
I think they are just on the Mount Rushmore of craft beer.
Oh yeah, and I think it's just different. Like if we're talking about craft beer as like a big movement of how they've shifted the culture in the industry to be what it is. But if you're talking 100%. About personal moments,
your personal.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Yeah, personal.
My personal moments of like, you know, I mean, if I could make, you know, lager like Freem, you know, that's somebody I would aspire. Like, you know, you drink it and you're like, how you're talking about, how can they be this good? So like Freem is one of those breweries where I'm just like,
yeah, it's like one of the ones like Enegrin for me.
Oh yeah,
it's like fuck. It's like when you taste that, you're like fuck.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Liam, what do you got?
I would definitely, I think, easy shout out to Russian River belonging up there. I think that both as a brewer and as a drinker, I had like aha moments with their beers. This is another really hard one for me.
Okay.
But I kind of, you know, I lean to who influenced me the most. And I feel like I would also put Pure Project on this list.
Nice.
Because when I was getting into brewing, I feel like they, not only were they and still are having a moment, you know, just popping off, but just sort of the diversity and balance of styles that they were cranking out, you know, at the time, 2021, 2022, 2023, like just everything was good. Every style that they were making was good, you know, from lagers to smoothie sours to quintuple hazies. Like they were doing such off the wall stuff, but everything was good. I actually like the Wayfinder call out. Like that's one that came up in my mind too when thinking about this, because that's another brewery that just like every single thing I've ever had from them has been impactful and meaningful. I guess that puts me at 3. I'm agreeing with you. I'm putting them up there too. I'm chiseling them into the wall myself.
Love it.
4th is tough because there's so many breweries that I feel like deserve this spot for me. Like I've talked about North Park and their influence on me. There's other breweries throughout the Pacific Northwest that I would give an honorable shout out to Shred, because every single time I have a Shred beer, I'm like,
Shred Beer Co.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Damn, it's just amazing hop expression every single time. But all this being said, I want to go back to like my roots again. And I will throw Firestone Walker in that spot because like, their culture, their beer culture has influenced me so much. It was a brewery that I like identified with stylistically and culturally well before I even like was into craft beer. So I think that I would throw them up there for sure.
Love
Is
it.
that 4? Did I name 4?
Yeah.
Can I get a line?
No, you're great, man. And I mean, because I know it's tough. Like getting, obviously, I'm not getting into the industry, but maybe like learning your way, like something like you did, Thomas, where it's like you started front of house and then in the back of house, and you know, being back here doing what you're doing. Like if you're going to give advice to somebody that was maybe thinking about doing something like this or being a part of the industry, what would you say to them?
I would say that you need, don't give up because it is kind of difficult. But what I would say is make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. I would definitely, the truth be told that, brewing beer I would say it's a tough industry. And I think that it is one that requires a lot of love if you're going to do it, a love for what you're doing, or at least, a love for a process and something like that, because day in and day out, you're working hard.
Yeah.
And something I was told at the beginning of, or when I first got into the industry was, brewers get into this industry to make beer, not money. And so, it's tough to be out here doing what you do, that's what I'm saying. You got to do what you do because you love it, because sometimes, it can get tough, but, I'd rather be doing this and be happy than, like I said, I couldn't imagine doing anything else at this point.
Yeah.
So, just make sure that because in that aspect, it's very rewarding. So if it is what you want to do, go for it. And, don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because eventually, if you work hard enough at it, I feel like your chance will come. So, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons.
Do what you love more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would absolutely echo that. I think the main thing for me that I continuously learn is to, I guess, be light on your feet, so to speak. And again, this is sort of a lukewarm or maybe even warm to hot take in the industry is just adaptability. I believe a good brewer fundamentally can make any style well. I meet a lot of brewers that I both respect and love, or don't know and maybe even don't care for, that don't want to make certain things or think certain styles are beneath them, or scoff at trends. It's just trends. It's just, I don't scoff at anything that people like. If you've ever come across the phrase like "don't yuck somebody's yum," like that, I absolutely operate under that principle. Where like beer is one of the most diverse beverages in the world, and I think we should rally around that as
100%.
opposed to judging each other's or others' beer tastes, whether it be the most extreme smoothie sour to the darkest, deepest, most barrel-aged stout to the lightest, cleanest craft beer. I think we should be proud of the diversity that we have. So really my advice is be fluid and be adaptable and understand that a good brewer on a technical level can make anything well, and despite some of those beers being, super annoying to make. You ever shoved 500 pounds of coconut in a beer tank before? Like it can be super annoying, but the end result is beautiful regardless.
Yeah.
And the other thing is just be a forever student. The second, and I do mean the second, you think that you know it all, you fall behind somebody.
Oh yeah.
And just, if you have an interest in getting into brewing, this is an incredibly fast-moving and incredibly scientific industry. But there's a lot of artistry also. There's a lot of jazz, I guess I would say. Keep your finger on the pulse.
There's a lot of spirit fingers.
There is. And there's so many smart people in this industry. And I don't just mean stay learned. Like obviously, reading is very important. I learned most of what I know about brewing from reading. John Palmer and Scott Janish, et cetera. But I really do mean be a forever student. I don't care if you are the master brewer of the biggest brewery, wherever, always be learning something, because this industry keeps giving and giving and giving in terms of information and development. And you would be foolish to not learn from it.
100%.
And just the second you decide that you are in your lane and you know what you're doing, there's another trend, there's another style of beer that is passing you by. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. I'm not besmirching it. It's so just like, it's important. It's important for the next generation of people like Thomas and myself, both of who, we're relatively young, everything considering, and
Yeah.
there will be another generation of brewers after us. And like, it's important to keep the love of knowledge and the love of learning going and not get so caught up in what's good now or what we should be doing, what's traditional, etc. I like to keep this industry open and inviting and exciting. That's my main thing.
Yeah, one thing I always say is like when it comes to the industry, or like honestly in life in general, I quote it, the movie all the time is Shawshank is get busy living or get busy dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're either moving forward or you're going to go closer to being in the ground.
yeah, and
So-
there's no reason to be a detriment to this industry. That we have enough.
Yeah,
We don't need any more. We don't need any sticks in the mud or anything.
exactly.
It's time to uplift and support each other. And I think that to those who may be aspiring to get into it, go with that attitude. Uplift, support, be uplifted by and support everyone.
Yeah.
Those who wish to compete or outcompete specifically,
Yeah,
just ignore it.
Yeah. Because that's like the community is about taking care of one another. That's what it's always been. Oh, you need grain or you need hops tomorrow? I got you.
It's the craft beer scene is a scene because there's more than one brewery. You know what I mean? Like there's San Diego's known for good beer because there's many good breweries. This
100%.
is never, it's never about you. You know what I mean? As the individual brewer, like it is obviously, and take pride in yourself and what you do, but recognize that you're part of a bigger culture that is more important than you and will live on after you, God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're all here for a while,
Oh yeah, 100%. And to finish the episode, like I said, thank you guys again. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you guys letting me come down here. But if you had to describe yourselves in one word, and then maybe describe each other in one word.
That's fun.
Because I haven't done that. I haven't done that before on the show. So let's make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
One word, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's that,
Committed.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, so we got that Thomas sigh before he said committed. So I like that. There it is.
Big sigh followed by a nice big word.
There it is.
Warm.
Okay. Like, because of work or what?
Just generally like kind of a warm boy.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Shout out to the warm boys.
Shout out to the warm boys. All right. Now, how would you describe Thomas in one word?
I like commit. I'm not going to use that. That's not my
okay.
word, but I like committed. I would say dedicated. It's kind of the same vein, but I do see this man as being very dedicated.
Okay.
I'm gonna say in the best way possible.
Here we go.
In the best way possible, in the most best way, snappy.
Snappy.
Ooh,
My
that's
boy is snappy over here.
All right.
Yeah.
Like a chihuahua.
Yeah.
Ready. He's just There's
He's ready to turn around and get you.
No, just he's quick with it, and he's got a lot of good ideas, and he's
okay.
and he's ready to get stuff done.
All right.
And
so he's not ready to bite your nuts off, but he's really,
that's what
he's
I'm
got
saying.
some ideas.
Snappy.
If the situation calls for it, I'm ready for anything. I'm a Boy Scout, brother. I'm an Eagle Scout, actually.
There it is.
So, like, subscribe.
Oh man, I love it. No, go ahead, brother.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, this was a pleasure.
Oh, we crushed it.
Yeah.
This is great. Just super grateful to you guys, and like I said, I've wanted to come here for the longest time and be able to sit I didn't know I was gonna be sitting up here, so I'm super grateful for this. But
Yeah, in the
being
office.
able to,
The lab.
in the lab, being right next to the brew house, and being able to enjoy some of your guys' beers, and I'm just super grateful. So thank you.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We got to do it again.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
There it is.
This is weird.
That thing's gone, dude.
So thank you guys. I appreciate you. If you guys are in the area, or just even if you're cruising down to San Diego or anywhere near here, you owe it to yourself to come down to 8-Bit, because great beer, great food, great arcades.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah, please come and see us.
Yeah. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
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 All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And like I said, I had a fun time. I think I might have been a little inebriated, to say the least, towards the end of the episode, but it was so fun. And again, Thomas, Liam, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful that you guys let me come down there. And, I know I said it on the intro, but it really was like a dream come true for me to be able to go down to the brewery and record with someone and hear their story. So from the bottom of my heart, I love the brewery. I love 8-Bit. So thank you to, Jeff Keeson, and everybody that's a part of it, for creating something that I love. So yeah, sorry to get all sappy, Mike. Oh gosh, I just laughed. I looked over at because I'm in the hotel room recording this, but I looked over by my TV and there's a big old block. It's a box of blue gushers, blue raspberry gushers, or blueberry, I don't know, whatever, sour blue raspberry, same thing. But yeah, it is only 10:46, so this is going to be an early episode out in California. So get ready for that. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoy your week. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday, watch some football, and all that good stuff. SC lost. But I knew it. I freaking knew it. Because I was at the game last week when they were playing against Michigan State. And when I saw the score to the Indiana-Illinois game, I was like, there's no way they lose to us. Like, there's no way. They're going to find a way to win that game. And lo and behold, I didn't get to watch it. I was, over at the thing. But the overhit, yeah, the overhit on that game, the overhit on the Notre Dame game, banger, took that one, and then also took Ohio State -8.5, baby. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. First parlay hit. I don't know why I did it that way. Oh, well. No, but yeah, first parlay of the season hit. Let's keep this thing rolling, boys. Got an NFL one going right now. Oh, when it starts, because it's like, late. Oh, 3 hours ahead over here. But yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoy, like I said, enjoy your week, enjoy your Sunday, watch some football, have some beers, get out there and support your local breweries. Ladies and gents, I was going to say kids, but yeah, we don't do that. We don't support underage drinking, But yeah. All right, guys. I'm trying to think. All right. I got nothing else. All right. Next week's episode is the TO episode. And the week after that will be Ailstone. I got to start loading them up again here pretty soon. But I think I'm going to be recording with Mitch, formerly of Lost Winds, formerly of Villains, now of Synth Brewing, over in Costa Mesa. So Mitch could be a 2-time guest on the show. So, all right. I don't know why I was doing that. I was almost doing like jazz hands in front of the microphone. So, yeah. All right. This time I'm really shutting up. Oh, wait. No, I had this one. Forget it. I'll talk about that next week. All right. I hope you guys enjoy your week. Enjoy your Sunday. Again, watch football. Get out there, support local, drink local, and find your beer. Cheers.